So I'm going to crack one of these open early, Director John. I know I didn't say that in the pre-show thing, but cheers. Yeah, Friday night. It is transfer deadline day. There you are, John. Right under the deadline.
Kill me.
I know. I'm sorry. I set up everything that we were going to do and then switch it right away. You should have been ready for that. It's deadline day, man. It's how it goes. It's been a crazy transfer deadline day, especially these last few hours with people moving all over the place. Victor Osimhen moving absolutely nowhere after he was going everywhere. So we'll see. Maybe something happens. But like it or not, the transfer window is closed.
Yo, Mark, I'll be right out. He can't hear me. The window's closed.
The window's closed. The window's closed.
Window is closed, who did we get? Nobody knows, I try to forget. Did we get that guy? Did we get the other? He spotted in London, a tweet from his mother would link with a guy out of our league, about to sign, just what we need. Old lady calls, Stoop got no balls, our team is the laws, cue all the trolls.
You know you need somebody, anyone will do, but your club is run by children and they ain't got a clue. The window is closed. The travel window's closed. The window is closed. It's too
Every year it's the same, linked with the name, but it ain't true. Who gets the blame? Mad at your club, mad at the news, mad at the social, all about views. Got me to click, reading some shit, wasting my time, I do with this shit. I got no say, so what the hey? Turn my shit off to the end of the day.
You know you need somebody, anyone will do, but your club is run by children and they ain't got a clue. The window is closed. The travel window's closed. The window is closed. It's too
Yes, indeed. The transfer window is closed. I hope you had your headphones quickly removed because I'm sure you weren't ready for that hook.
I'm looking at Tony. He's like, what the hell did I get into?
He's like, I just signed up for that. I linked my channel to this crap. But yes, the transfer window is closed. Let us know in the comments section. Are you happy with your transfers that your team made? Transfers in, transfers out. How do you think your team did? Which team do you think had the best transfer, the worst transfer, and all that good stuff? So let's get to the show. They're kicking down the doors at the bar here. So let's bring in Mr. Mark first and foremost.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I think it's really funny that the inspiration for that song was Arsenal not doing fuck all, and of course they came in and swept today with one of the best transfers that they could hope for.
You are super hyped on this Raheem Sterling.
I remember watching like a clip of Arteta, and they asked him about Sterling, and he just had this big Cheshire grin on his face. He's like, "Oh, you know, I don't talk about players that aren't mine." And you just knew. And I think you and I talked about it on Monday that we knew something was happening for Arsenal. And once they started, throwing around Reece Nelson and Eddie Nketiah, I just was like, oh, you fuckers are going to get Sterling.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think this is something that they were working on. I think this fell in their laps. I think all of a sudden people started sniffing around for Reese Nelson, and we went, oh, okay, maybe let's see what we can do. And then Chelsea all of a sudden said, hey, Raheem Sterling. And nobody says this publicly in the media, but Enzo comes out and says, Raheem Sterling is surplus to what we need right now. He's not going to play. And I've told him that. He's over there training on his own. And it doesn't seem that Sterling did anything a la Aubameyang, who got ousted in a similar way. So it doesn't, it just seems like positionally, like where he wants to go with this team, Sterling is not involved. Sterling is still a very good player.
Yeah.
I stand by all my previous critiques of him as a footballer, and I do think he is a baby T-Rex, and he runs like that. And even Kai Havertz, there's video of Kai Havertz making fun of the way that Raheem Sterling runs. Hey,
I think Raheem Sterling makes fun of the way Raheem Sterling runs.
I bet
because I would if I saw a tape of me running around like that. I think I would be the first one to make fun of myself. But just as long as Sterling doesn't flop around like he did in previous clubs for Arsenal, I don't want to see any more flopping around. I hate
the
Sterling.
flopping that he does. Listen, I think Sterling is a backup. He's a backup for us, and that's fantastic. And he adds pressure to those in front of him. He adds pressure to Martinelli, to Trossard, to Jesus, to Havertz, and to Saka. But is he going to be a starter? No. Is he going to play 30
I disagree.
games for us?
He's gonna be starter for Champions League. He'll start for Champions League.
No, he will not.
You watch.
Maybe.
Guess we'll see.
Maybe. We'll see how Martinelli does, and Martinelli and Trossard, how that's going, because he is primarily on the left, but he plays left, right, and center. So I think it once again, he's one of these signings that, look, he's been everywhere. He's won everything pretty much with Man City. And he could be a boost to the locker room, and he's somebody that Mikel already knows. I do not think that the signing of Raheem Sterling makes our window. I think it paints over some of the cracks of this window. That being said, I also didn't feel like we needed to do all that much in this window. I wasn't one out there saying we need a striker, we need a striker, we need a striker. Once we get rid of Nketiah, okay, maybe we need a backup striker. So, and as Jimmy puts it right here, Sterling is always worth more than dollars. So there you go. Big up to Jimmy in the house, Bremer's Ghost. And big up to everybody who's in the chat connecting over on Early Doors Football Channel. We will be bringing Tony out momentarily. Let's bring him out now. Why not? With this Raheem Sterling talk. What's up, Tony? How are you?
I'm good, guys. I hope the pair of you are as well. And yeah, it's been an interesting window. And
absolutely,
it's bad on our part because we've only signed 10 players. But hey,
I was going to say sneakily, West Ham
spending all that Rice money.
West Ham are up there as one of my transfer window winners. Because I feel like West Ham have done incredible business, and then today they try and pull the rug out from under me by getting rid of James Ward-Prowse, the guy that can score from corners, the guy that is like any free kick outside of the box is you're almost guaranteed at least a shot on target. So, if not a goal. So how do you feel about letting Ward-Prowse go?
Yeah, I was quite surprised by that one. I didn't think he would be a surplus to requirements, considering we've only had a short period of time. But hey, new manager in, obviously got different ideas, and I'm assuming by that it means that Ward-Prowse wasn't going to feature so much. I think now that we've got Solo over the line, because apparently he's quite as good on free kicks as well, that's probably the replacement, and that's the reason why he's been moved on. So I think that was Lopetegui's intention in the first place, was that.
Yeah. So talk to us about West Ham's transfers this transfer window. We have, sorry, I don't see John's things up anymore. But you guys have made a ton of transfers. 10, you said? 10
players,
in.
yeah.
You got Fulkrug, the German hammer, which is good to bring him to the Hammers, I suppose.
Yeah.
What's it going to be like for you to actually have that type of striker up front? Because you guys have been surviving with the Mikel Antonio style striker up front who can't stay healthy, but also isn't your traditional striker. He's more of a menace as opposed to the hammer that Fulkrug is. Are you excited about that signing?
I think the age obviously is a factor because we know that he's not going to have the pace. But what I think he's exceptionally good at apparently is the hold up play. He can hold the ball up really well. He's not afraid to have a shot, and he's got a bit of a belt of a shot on him as it is. But I think that that hold up play is going to be quite exciting because obviously with the facts of Somerville, Bowen, Kudos, Paqueta. If you can do that, as the old give and go, as they say, then hopefully we're going to see a few goals come from there. Look, pardon the pun, it's still early doors. We've still got to get this team to gel together. But I think if you look at it, it's quite exciting what's going to happen. And actually looking forward to seeing how this season's going to pan out.
Absolutely. I'm just trying to find a list here of all of your transfers that came in because you named a couple of them.
As Kilman and
Wan-Bissaka. Kilman from Wolves, and you guys got rid of not Ogbonna. Ogbonna? Did you get rid of?
Yeah. You guys got rid of him, but that was a while ago.
Ogbonna.
You guys finally did give up on Max Cornet, and I thought that was silly. I thought he was real talent, and I don't know why he couldn't get.
He never did anything. He never did anything though.
The injury stopped.
He never got to play.
No, he was injured, and I think from that's the thing, Mark. Since the injuries, he was just kind of down the pecking order, and there was no way of him, making any recovery. And when he did, it wasn't much. So you can see what's coming from there. Freddie Potts, Urfi, Callum Marshall, they've all been loaned out, so that's good for them in that respect. I mean, Freddie Potts going to Portsmouth. I mean, he was Wycombe Wanderers, and he got Player of the Season there as well. So good for those guys. We've actually got Gerd is now gone out. He's now gone and joined Real Sociedad on loan. So that's one out of the way with. James Ward-Prowse obviously gone to Nottingham Forest.
When did that last one go? When did he go?
He went this evening.
As a disclaimer, I didn't have all day to do this.
These are late ones that came in. I must admit, Director John.
What's his name? The striker, not the striker, the winger that you guys had came up from the championship. What's his name? You got rid of him as well. Ben Rama.
Ben Rama, so he went to it was Liam, wasn't it, that one?
Yeah, you got rid of Ben Rama as well. But that Aaron Wan-Bissaka, look, that is a transfer that you can't sleep on because I know you got rid of Ben Johnson as well. Ben Johnson, who I actually really liked for you guys, but he's just not quite there. And Aaron Wan-Bissaka is a fantastic right back, I believe.
Yeah.
Right back, right?
Yep.
Right back.
And adds so much to the attack. And then, the likes of Somerville, Tobito, and then the guy who doesn't know if he's Italian or Hispanic, Guido Rodriguez. What a name. If somebody came up to you and told him, you're like, yeah, what's up, man? What's your name? Guido Rodriguez. I'm like, who are you hiding from?
Yeah.
Like, what sort of made up fucking name is that? Guido Rodriguez. Anyway, I don't know anything about him. He's probably Asian. Who knows?
Yeah, Argentinian Rodriguez. So he's an Argentinian. He's actually won the World Cup. He's won the Copa America. So he's not a bad player, by all accounts. Age is another thing, but I think again, it's experience. He's worked with Alvarez, so when you look at that, it's it's another way of good link up play. And of course, who's the other guy as well? Just drinking gone off my head. So him, no, gone. I'll come back to that. There's another player that we was looking at, but the one thing we've still missed out on is a striker. We missed out on that.
Well, you got Fulkrug, right?
Yeah, we've got Fulkrug, but we was looking at another striker. So obviously, the one that we was hoping to get over the line was that John Duran.
Oh my God! when how the hell were you going to get him, John Duran, off of
Aston Villa?
Aston Villa. He's like their super sub right now. He's fantastic off the bench.
He's
and
pretty fun to watch.
Menace off the bench.
And this is the reason why we went for him. I mean, the ironic part about it was when they played us on the opening game, he was one that scored the winner. Because obviously he has got himself in trouble because he was posting himself on Twitter doing this, and he was still an Aston Villa player, so that didn't go down well. But yeah, I think once he scored that goal against us, then it was a case of he's an exceptional player, and we're looking to keep hold of him. And then of course the other one, Reece Nelson, was also mentioned. Not being funny, even Ivan Toney was mentioned, but I think Ivan Toney was linked with so many clubs.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I feel like West Ham had a very, very, very good transfer window. So we'll see. And interesting to hear that you don't feel you got enough striker out of that beast of a German guy there. So let me get your quick thoughts on this, on Raheem Sterling. What do you think of Raheem Sterling overall?
Good player. But I think, like everything else with some of these players, it's a case of ego takes over. And
that's what you think happened?
I think so. I mean, like everything else, you got to think that no player is bigger than the club, they say. But when you look at that, Ethan Jose, good to see you as well. This is with Chelsea, you got to think. Basically, Mascherano took away the number.
Whoa! Hey, sorry, Tom.
What the hell is going on here?
How did you get on the show?
I turned my back on this show for an entire week, and I come on, and then you got bald West Ham fans on here in the first 10 minutes of the show. What the fuck is going on? Hello, early doors. Hello, Tony.
How are you doing, Mr. Tom? You're doing very well, sir.
His mother, and she went, "That's an early doors." Anyway,
absolutely.
What am I on about? Sorry. But yeah,
coming in hot, Tom.
Outrageous.
His name is Early Doors. We had to let him on early.
That's kind of fair. That's actually took the hot wind out of the sails of my entire argument.
As soon as you said it,
y'all have to excuse Mr. Tom's exuberance and excitement. He just can't believe that Leeds managed to hang on to Willie Nunto. So
no, they actually did the next best thing. We actually, because we couldn't get rid of him, because the only option for him was going to Everton, and even then he took one look over the window and was like, "I don't really want any of that." But who would want any of that? The Everton players. Did you see Neil Maupay's reaction to getting?
I did. Yes, I did. Wow.
Yes.
Talking about burning bridges.
That was incredible. I have no love for Neil Maupay. Like, the one thing I agree on with Ty from another well-known Arsenal channel is basically he's a disgrace and he should be relegated to the conference. But I'm not sure I'll get my wish there. But anyway, sorry, where am I? No, we're on about Nonto, weren't we? And my hatred. Yes. So I've got a list, Tony. It's a long one. You might as well buckle in some. But seriously, he We went out and bought the player that got red carded for trying to cripple Willie Nonto in July 2022. So that's something. I took one look at that on Twitter because, of course, Leeds fans have access to that on Twitter, and I was like, "Oh, we can't get rid of him, but we can cripple him in training."
That's like us going in for Mosquero now, or Mosquera from Wolves. It's like, hey, you remember that guy that totally choke slammed Kai Havertz and then fingered Jesus' booty hole? Yeah.
Well,
we just signed him. Let's all fuck him up in the locker room. So he was searching for it
in training.
Hey,
you
Mark,
you see what happened to you that Saturday? You want more of that, son? You keep behaving as you are, we'll fucking buy him. That'd be you every morning in training. Sorry, and I'm not advocating for sexual abuse in all seriousness.
Now, Mark, be careful with that word. Be careful with that word because Mr. Tom did send over that link. An MLS player was banned for 2 games for calling somebody a cunt. Everyone was confused, and they said he had done a racism until they understood what he said, and they were like, "Well, that's just as bad, right?"
Racism.
But that's true. That actually happened, Tony. Did you hear about that?
They actually wanted it to be a racism because then having to explain the ban would have been a lot easier than he just said a naughty word. And we had to stop the game for 5 minutes.
We had to tell him that we don't use those kind of words here. No way, no how. We call people motherfuckers and bastards, but not that. See you next Tuesday. I'm sure it was a Wisconsin ref that did it.
Oh, that is hysterical.
Anyway, Mr. Tom, how do you, since you're drinking that beer, how do you feel about the transfer window for Leeds United? How did it go for you?
It was fantastic.
You want me to play the song again?
I mean, I'm not totally opposed to it.
We'll play it at the
worst
pee break.
Thing that happened this week, for sure. I know that won't really, you'd expect to give a shit over it, but I was like, no, your songs are, you're not the worst. You're not the worst. You should see like my tape collection from 1999. Anyway, a lot of S Club 7. I know you don't know that, but I know Tony does. But anyway, sorry, that's information overload. Sorry about that. But in all seriousness, here we go. Wait until you see the page that follows on from this one, the outgoings. But Jesus, it took me ages to write that list for John. Like I did the incomings in about 22 seconds, and then on the outgoings, I was like, right, let me get a drink.
Wait, didn't you get Manor Solomon?
Yes, they got Manor Solomon yesterday on loan. It was official.
Oh, on loan. So I didn't keep reading.
Yeah. At first, I was thinking, did I make a mistake? But no, it's just LOLO's eyes. But still, yeah, I mean, this is promising. I mean, I've the only time I'd actually seen Jayden Bogle play was obviously when he was picking the ball out of the net for the goalkeeper for Sheffield United last year. But other than that, he was one of the Derby County players that was trying to roast us when they beat us in the playoffs. But we've got the last laugh because now we get to turn him into a shit ass too. But the other players, I couldn't tell you anything about them because I don't watch footballers on YouTube and then pretend that I'm an expert on them. So, there you go. Could be a lot worse. I mean, I'm glad to see some of these names go.
Dude, that's your whole fucking... Yeah.
That last one. That last one hurt.
It's crazy that I was just talking to some British people I was hanging out with last night at the bar, and they were asking me why do people in Leeds happen to know who I am, and I was explaining how all the way through the poem, and I was thinking about the poem, and I was like, most of those guys in the poem are not there anymore. That's so sad. It's like an obituary, that poem.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know.
And then looking here, I'm like, fuck. There's guys here that came after those guys who are gone already. No, you guys got to do something worthwhile. Do something worthwhile, and maybe I'll
tune into something more jazzy or more like upbeat.
Oh man, I got stuck talking to this guy, this Liverpool fan. Ugh. Talk about a waste of an evening. Nah, he's all right. Yeah, very good to see everybody in the chat here. A lot of people over on there's a party. The police are here. Okay. They just cut my lights. Good to see everybody over at Early Doors Football TV channel watching as well. And we got our Spurs fan back who I starred one of these comments over here who said, "Where's this out and out number 9 Arsenal fans that yous have been crying for all summer?" I'll tell you exactly where he is. It doesn't fucking matter because Arsenal fans will cry about anything, and all these transfer rumors and news and things that keep Arsenal fans and other fans busy all day long going, "Oh, I heard we're this. Oh, I heard we're getting this." Did you guys hear we were getting Darwin Nunez for about all of 20 minutes? All of a sudden Nketiah's gone and we're like, "Oh, Darwin Nunez, we're getting Darwin Nunez." You know who said that? The club didn't say that. Arteta didn't say that. Nobody around Edu said that. You know who said that? Some fucking dude at his computer who probably is bored because he starts high school next week. All right? So, like, fuck off.
Sources. Trust me,
Yeah.
bro.
Well, my sources say, fuck off. My window cleaner's aunt's dad is a groundskeeper.
To be fair to this guy, and I'm sure you're right in that he's an absolute numpty and he's lying. I'm sure that's true. But one of the Leeds transfers did get broken by a Leeds channel purely because his mum worked at the airport that the player flew into.
There's that.
I don't know his name, so don't watch it. But
And Daniel would also like to remind you that none of your bets came in. Oh, we know, Daniel.
Oh, we know.
And we watch them very closely.
What you tell me?
But
you need to tell me Ipswich didn't beat Manchester City.
But didn't you say 4-1?
Yeah, I got in Brighton Man United game. I got the first goal scorer. I believe. I got Brighton to win.
I won a bunch of money because I bet 4-1 and Erling Haaland as a goal scorer. And it ended 4-1. I was so happy. But
I mean, the real trick to my betting segment is just pick and choose the things you think are plausible and then do those, as opposed to the entire thing as a combination. But
no, I don't like boring bets. I'm actually building up my bank a little bit on boring ass bets. Like I saw Man City against Chelsea, and Man City was like 100, just a 1-to-1. You bet 5, you win 5. I was like, they are definitely beating Chelsea game 1. Like they are definitely. Let's do that. I think I put $20 on it. Just like, go on.
I've done the maths. I've done the maths for Daniel. Come on, your Spurs. I predict Ipswich will finish the season on 108 points.
Ooh, so they've already lost all their points?
No, they need to get the next 36 wins, and I'll be correct.
Yeah, they've already lost all the points they could lose, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah, my apologies.
That doesn't bode well for Arsenal. So
that doesn't, because you have to lose twice. But Man City will have to lose one more time. So if you beat Man City twice, then it'll be fine. You'll still finish second again. Because Ipswich can finish first by my maths.
All right, come on, Ipswich. Let's see it. Ipswich are having a decent little transfer window, aren't they?
I think so.
They are having the transfer window where you look at it and think you have to stay up. To afford all this, you have to stay up.
Right.
Well, they thought they had Reece Nelson, didn't they? They thought they had Reece Nelson.
Yeah.
But in came Fulham.
So they got Amari Hutchinson from Chelsea, Jacob Greaves from Hull, Liam Delap from Man City, Jack Clark, Dara O'Shea, who I thought was a comedian, but who am I thinking of? Dara O'Brien? Dara?
Darrow O'Brien from Mock the
Darrow O'Brien. Yeah, there you go. They got Smartix came in earlier.
Yeah.
Who else did they get? Chidozie Ogbeni.
They've bought
from
back
Luton.
players.
Ben Johnson. They got Ben Johnson, Calvin Phillips, both from West Ham. Sorry, guys.
Well, technically, Calvin Phillips came from City.
I know.
Only on loan.
I'm just trying to dig at. I'm helping
out
our new guest by
Tony.
But yeah, and also like not mentioning Leeds United.
I mean,
Calvin Phillips.
He would have got reaction out of me had he targeted Leeds, but Tony's more of a reserved individual.
Yeah,
because I'm sorry, because I just would have. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know you would have done. I'm just looking at the players out for them. It's Humphrey Bogart, isn't it, that's gone out there?
Broja.
Yeah.
No. On the players out, Humphrey Bogart.
They sold Humphrey Bogart?
Oh, he's doing a bit of wordplay, Lolo. Like the two last names put together.
Oh, I was on another window when I still
You're on another planet, mate.
You're being a bit of a baggett. Armando Broja went to Everton. I thought Ipswich were in for Broja as well.
Oh wow, was he there as well?
They were.
Yeah.
They were.
Broja went to Everton.
Yeah. Why? I'll never understand that. But
and he's the reason he didn't go to Ipswich because Ipswich refused to accept the terms because he's currently injured. Like he's currently out for months. And they're like, listen, can we have a little bit of a discount? Because and Chelsea were like, only if you stay at our hotel and we can charge you $1 million a night because then our books are all right. Fucking Chelsea. How are Chelsea doing anything? Anything? Chelsea last minute signed Jadon Sancho. They're talking about Osimhen.
Hello. They are stockpiling because they see a FIFA transfer ban coming.
Yep.
There's no other reason to do it. Like,
so explain.
Well, I don't know what they're actually being charged with, but the only thing that can really explain why they have 45 players on the books is that they think they're going to be in a situation where they won't be able to buy players at some point.
Like they've had in the past. They had a transfer ban.
They had in the past.
Yeah. 2-year ban.
That's why they loan all of their players out because during a transfer ban, you can recall your loan players. That's not a transfer ban.
Correct.
Word on Director John.
There you go.
Well, if Michael Chelsea's still in here, and that he'll relate to what we're saying about this deal in there. But for me, I think if you look at it, Bowley, he's going to be moving on or moving aside for a new chairman to come in next season. Maybe it's his last hurrah. Let me just fucking sign everyone, and then I can go. Job done, and then off he goes.
Off into the sunset.
Yeah. And by the way, early doors, Tony, I see you got a lot of your guys here, Mr. Joshy
J, yep.
Joshy J, yeah, that makes more sense to say them as two things. Mr. Joshy J seems to be a Man United fan. You got Michael Chelsea, Daniel Coys. Not saying
Come
it.
on, you Spurs.
No, I liked how you said it earlier, which I don't know how you did it, but you emphasized the cum element of it. It was like I can't even replicate it because I'm going to say it wrong, and then he'll clip me up saying that stupid phrase. But the way you said it was great. I need to do that. But what I was going to say, Tony, is if any of your guys want to join us on a Friday night as well, if you think they're good crack on the show and they're cool with the craziness of the show, feel free to invite them, send them the link, and we'll pop them on the show.
Yeah,
because we always love having we don't want this to be an Arsenal show. We don't want this to be a Leeds show. Some people disagree.
I'd love it to be a Leeds show.
It used to be, and we were so popular back then.
You used to be so popular.
It's only a $20 admission fee, right?
Yeah.
For somebody to come on the show?
Jeez, wouldn't that be?
Well, you do have to pay at the door.
Lovely cover charge.
Oh man, Daniel, I think I remember seeing this comment last week that Betancourt's nickname is Lolo. It's okay. He's not long for your club. He's not a lifer there, so I'll be fine when he moves on. Yeah, but thank you very much. Anyway, what are we talking about? Okay, transfer windows, transfer. All right, guys. So what is the one transfer that sticks out in your head this transfer window that either the best, the worst, the best incoming, the worst outgoing, something? Which is the one that maybe you are going to remember from this transfer window?
I'll tell you one that I'm going. Sorry to jump straight in there, but I can think of one that's going to have me watching what this human being is doing, like a hawk. Birmingham of League One, which is owned by Tom Brady and his consortium, for anyone who doesn't know, bought a player. I think his name is Jay Stansfield. They bought him from Fulham for £12 million. Now, I know to the Premier League, that does not sound like a lot of money, but let's just say it is 4 times the amount of the highest fee ever paid in League One, which was previously, obviously, by the process of maths, about 3 million. 12 million. And I've never heard of him. But I'm going to fucking watch him every week.
They bought Jane Mansfield?
In all fairness, he never heard of you.
Yeah, but he will. Yeah, but he will.
You don't know that, John. He may be a subscriber on the show, and that's how he may know.
Can you imagine?
Tom's on a bunch of shows.
Leeds fan?
Tom's on all the shows.
All right, so Tom with Jane Mansfield going to Birmingham. Wasn't that a singer?
I think you mean Jane Mansfield, who was an actress and singer. I don't know. I just know the name. I don't know what she does.
Mark,
what's her name's mom from she's from Law and Order. Her mom
Tracy
was
Morgan?
James Mansfield. Mariska, whatever.
Mariska Haggerty.
Yeah, she's Jane Mansfield's daughter.
Bloody hell.
Ooh.
For those of you that didn't know, apparently she was in
Ah.
the car.
What car?
Well, Jane
James
Mansfield
Mansfield,
died in an auto accident.
She had a
She was
haircut.
in the
but a bit
passenger
below.
side up front, and she went through the windshield and lost her head.
Yeah.
And the baby was in the car?
And the kids were in the car, yeah. The kids were in the back.
And that motivated her to be on Law and Order.
I guess I have no idea.
Is that because
my
her mum was a
understanding
special victim?
is that she was in the car, and that she is the daughter of Jane
too
Mansfield.
I'm sorry.
And she lives in my neighborhood, by the way.
Without the head?
That was my first thought. I was like, wow, that just kept going.
Oh my god.
That's all right, Daniel. You're a Spurs fan. You can be lost.
Find himself in Arsenal.
And there she is.
Wow. Oh, damn it. That's a deep
I was trying to imagine her
there,
without
man.
her head, to be fair.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
To
There
keep
you
it
go.
accurate.
Here we go.
Only 1995.
Okay. So, Tony or Mark, what is the transfer that sticks out most to you this transfer window?
You go first, Mark.
I think a lot of them, like what came through, like today. I mean, what's up, Bix? James Ward-Prowse being shipped off to Forest. Like, didn't they have? How are they able to buy all these players when last season they got deducted points because of financial fair play, and they just can still just, throw out that cash, But to me, that was a big shock when I read that today. obviously Sterling coming to Arsenal is I think that's a bigger deal than everybody else is letting on. Yeah, I think those two stick out in my mind. With Broja, we mentioned him earlier. Why does he want to just go to these shitty clubs? You know,
because he doesn't stay healthy anyway, so he needs a different person to pay him.
Fair enough. You know, I yeah. James Ward-Prowse today was really surprising. And then also today, Leicester getting Edouard. I think that's a great awesome signing. It's a little unfortunate for Crystal Palace, but Crystal Palace in their own rights had a pretty good window, so I guess he was expendable.
Crystal Palace had a weird window, though.
They had a weird window. It's weird. Like, is it successful? We're not. Really
I don't know
sure.
what they're doing.
Losing
losing
Elise was kind of rough, but you know, I mean, they picked up Nketiah, right?
But they picked up Nketiah and Odson Edouard, not Odson Edouard.
No.
Yeah.
Edouard left.
Edouard left.
Edouard went to Leicester.
The key thing for Palace was that they kept the what's his name, Mark Gahey. That was actually the key thing that happened.
But they lost
think keeping Eze is also pretty important. He proved to be untouchable.
Yeah, but Newcastle weren't bidding 60 million for Eze. In all seriousness, though, I was thrilled that Crystal Palace worked very hard to make sure my prediction of 4 years ago came true. Because I sat on every internet show I've ever been on and said that man will go to Crystal Palace because Crystal Palace is the home for young black footballers. And you can say that sounds racist, but their squad sheet actually proves that. Because that's without Crystal Palace, you get no Ian Wright.
Right.
And you said who was going to go there?
Eddie Nketiah was destined to go to Crystal Palace.
And did you see like their the video that they put out of him?
No, I don't like them that much.
There's like a lady, I think she works right there by the stadium or something, and she was like, I changed his nappies. I changed his nappies and now he's back. Here he is. And then he comes up and hugs her and he's like, hello. But it's like, yeah, he was destined to go there. Very good. So I'm happy for Eddie. I hope he does well, not against us, but against every other team in the world. All right. Tony, do you have a selection for your
yeah, I mean, I'll go with what Daniel was saying there. Todibo getting that one over the line. That was, that was quite, when you think the Juve deal, it collapsed. And as soon as we knew that the things were going a bit south, Steiden jumped on that jet plane. Off he went, talked to the player. And before you know it, we've signed him. It was, again, one of our targets we was after. And to get that one over the line, looking forward to that one. Getting Somerville, yes, we know he was Leeds Player of the Year and that, and an exceptional talented player. So we're looking forward to what he's going to do as well. It's a great loss for Leeds in certain respects because obviously you can tell what he did at that club. So it's good business for us in that, what we actually paid for him and that. I know Mr. Tom said that, we paid over the odds, but I was hearing that certain Leeds fans were hoping for 40 million plus. So at 25, we'll take that all day long.
Well, I was hoping for 100 million. I'm greedy.
Well, it's like as Anthony Herbert just said there, kind of thing. He's taking Sterling for £4.50 and a packet of cigarettes. That's not bad at all. But
good stuff.
The one that is the ironic one was obviously it took forever and a day for you to sign him. You get Merino over the line, first training session, bang, fractured his collarbone, and he's out for possibly 8 weeks.
Arsenal cursed with that sort of
6 to 8 weeks.
It has been. I had said when I read that I had posted something on our little thread, and I was just like, "What is it every year that Arsenal signs someone? It's their premier signing, and they end up just breaking it.
What the fuck are they doing in these medicals? By the way, they just flew in for their medical. They just flew in they're just checking their heart rate, seeing if they can do some jumping jacks. No, you need to have them be knocked over by Big Gabby, and Big Gabby needs to jump on you. And if you survive that, then okay. And then you need to chase Martinelli around for a while. And if you can catch him, play tag touch football or something.
Now my question is
do
they grease up Martinelli before you go chasing after him? They oil him great. Up.
That sounds like a medical mark.
Some of that Traore Vaseline.
I'm sorry, Big Gabby Mega Legs falls on you once and you shatter like Mr. Glass. Like, fuck off. Send him back to fucking Sociedad. I'm sorry, you're soft. I said it, soft. S-O-F-T, soft. Get out of here. Big Gabby should be jumping on everybody that's part of the medical, and you got to chase around a greased up Martinelli, and you got to catch him and hold him for 30 seconds. That should be the medical. Fuck. We were doing so well. God damn it. Fuck. What are we talking about?
The exceptional transfer business.
Apparently,
Arsenal's
it greased up Martinelli.
The only thing he's good for. It's the only thing he's good for.
That's to go with the thing about the pooper. That's what to do with markets to go with that as well. Yeah.
See, Mascara didn't do that to Martinelli, did he? Couldn't catch him.
Which is quite surprising, considering Martinelli's lost a yard of pace on him. So it's quite surprising he actually
didn't catch him at all.
Yeah.
He's keep the receipt on that player out of interest.
Oh man.
Oh my God. Okay, so I think the thing that's gonna stick out for me this transfer window, clearly for me it'll probably be more Arsenal centric. And Raheem Sterling being buzzer beater, weird situation where Chelsea basically are saying, hey, anybody want this guy? We'll basically give him to you for free and we'll pay half his wages and all that shit. Is like, oh, okay, we'll take him. Was he part of the plan? I don't think so. Does he patch up a lot of holes for us? Yeah. But
it's a transfer of opportunity, Lolo.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm glad we did it. In the end, I'm glad we did it. He's a good player.
Not to explore it. I mean, the truth is, for him, it has to work because he's worked his way through the set of the big clubs, and now he's trying Arsenal. So, Sorry, was that? Sorry, what? Sorry,
no. Exactly right.
In all seriousness,
that was perfect.
And I think we're paying him less than we paid Eddie Nketiah. So that all checks out. That all works out.
So you're
are you saying that Sterling's wages are less than Nketiah's?
Because
Nketiah was on
Nketiah was earning 100 grand a week because of how much everyone kept banging on about it in the Arsenal community.
I thought he was doing 150.
No, he's on. I think it was about 110. Then he wanted 120 to go to Forest. That's why it collapsed.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to make up a number as well. I heard he was on 128 grand a week. So trust me, bro. I've just made it up.
I was doing US dollars, so that's $150,000 a week. Sure. But if we're doing pound sterling,
I mean, in all seriousness, with this though, he is. Sorry, God,
yeah.
Tony,
See that's.
I was just saying, I mean, because obviously Sterling's on 350.
Yeah.
Sterling's 325,
right?
And we're not paying that. We're not paying that.
So basically, Chelsea are prepared to now pay a player 200 grand a week to play for someone else.
Yep.
That's baffling. That's outstanding deal for Arsenal.
However, in the Chelsea style, he can't play against them.
Well, yeah, but that's
technically not hurt
rules,
them.
Right? They're not clever enough to sit there and go, oh, but if we give him to them, he can't hurt us. So no, that just happens to be a part of the rules. That just happens to work in their favour. Bowley was sitting there producing formations with like 12 players in it.
I remember that.
So, you know.
Why don't we play a 4-3-2?
No,
exactly.
He wanted a
4-4-3.
Yeah,
that's what he wanted. He wanted a 4-4-3.
That's a great setup. It's a great setup. The 4-4-3.
It's great if you get away with it.
I don't want to harp on
that's one of my that's my co-host on one of my shows. So yeah.
Big up, Anthony. Get on the show. Call in right now. He's your co-host, and you didn't invite him.
He's an Arsenal fan. What do you expect? Oh, sorry. I just realized.
Get him on here. Get him on here. Look, let's. There you go. We got space. Just opened up here for Anthony. And now here's the thing. Do you pronounce his last name Herbert or Abear?
Herbert.
Oh, Herbert. Bobby Abear.
I loved him.
Doesn't mean much to a lot of you people.
I absolutely love that Raging Cajun.
I think the only kind of the good thing for
there
us
we go.
Is
so we got some specifics in here.
Yeah, Jez has just told you the figures there.
A lot more
Jez
than 100.
Right.
Yeah.
And I had also read
a lot
that,
less than 350.
I read that Sterling was willing to forego half his wages to go to Arsenal. Like he would take a 50% reduction.
Yeah, I don't know if Chelsea's paying that. It didn't seem in the wording of everything. It didn't seem like they usually say half of the wages paid by the other club. I think it's just a pay cut. I don't think Chelsea are actually paying.
Well, you can't get your goal bonuses if you're not playing.
Right. Yeah. So I think
I don't know how that actually works on loan. Like if you're on loan and you score a goal, who pays the goal bonus? Like, is it part of the contract of the parent club or the loanee club? Like, honestly, I don't know how that works.
Wasn't that something weird about like somebody who won the Champions League and they had to pay Liverpool money? Was it?
No, like that when
Coutinho
Bellingham deal. Real Madrid had to pay Dortmund regardless of whether they won or if they won, they owed Dortmund money because of the transfer fee. There was bonuses, which included if Real Madrid won the Champions League. So even if Dortmund
this was
lost,
last year,
Dortmund got paid. Dortmund either got the winner's fee for winning the tournament, or they got the runner-up fee plus the money for Real Madrid winning the match.
Right. And this was last year, right?
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah. I think it actually, the way it worked out for Dortmund was that it would have been better financially to lose the championship than it would have been to win it because of that clause that add-on. Because that add-on.
Yeah, but you get like a shit ton more money for winning the Champions League, don't you? How much money do you get?
I understand that part, but they would have gotten second place prize money plus the bonus, which would have pushed that amount higher than if they had just won the championship. Because then they don't get the bonus money from Real Madrid.
The Champions League. Don't say the
Champions
League.
Sorry, man. Sorry.
We've got
Yes. We know. How long have I been watching
championship
football?
Fodder.
I don't know. 4 years.
I just realised he said championship fodder. He's talking about me, everyone. He's talking about me.
Yeah,
that's what he's talking about. It's all about me. Tony's won the championship. Have you won the championship, Tony?
Mm-hmm. No, not exactly won.
We've won the championship.
No, they got promoted. They got promoted. We didn't win.
Haven't won it. We've been promoted. Won the conference though, the Europa Conference. We won that one recently.
You are champions of Europe.
I've had calling in my shit that was more prestigious than the conference.
Yep.
It looked pretty good as well, where you stand up as well, Mr. Tom. I must admit, I was quite pleased with that.
With his shit? Wait, what are we talking about now?
He's got the corn going around the outside edge, isn't it? It's superb. You know, you've got to look at it like that.
Perfect.
Tony gets my humor, which is why he leaned into the gag more than.
Which is why he's on the show.
Michael Chelsea here has that on the bright side. At least Eddie Nketiah is still an Arsenal player, so the league title is going to Man City again. Eddie got sold. That's not a loan. No, he got sold for $24 million.
Sold, yeah. He actually
got sold.
Reece Nelson is a loan.
Reece Nelson is a loan to Fulham, right?
Yeah, Fulham.
Yeah, but no. Nketiah got sold 24 plus add-ons.
All right, so this is a question for the Arsenal historians out there, and I know there's a fair few of them in the chat. Have you ever sold a player to Fulham that ended up being shit? Because it feels like any player that you bestow on Fulham ends up performing at a better level than when they were originally at Arsenal. That
Are you
could
just
actually be
talking about Willian?
Well, I'm mainly talking about Willian, but obviously Smith Rowe has started well. Leno is doing okay, and again, I don't know. It's just a question.
So when you say historians, when you say Arsenal historians, you mean Arsenal historians who are only like 2 years old, 4 years old.
Yeah, no. What I really mean is, I want them to remember a player that actually proves my original argument, which will do me a massive favour. Because I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. But I'm not supposed to know. It's not my job to know. I don't care, in all truth. It's just a question on a Friday night.
I think Leno is a very good keeper, and he didn't fit the style that we wanted to play. He found a home, and he found his level. He's not irreplaceable at Fulham. He's a very good keeper, but yeah, I don't know. What was the original argument? And I'll try to help out. Good luck there. We don't even know.
Are you talking about Nketiah being sold? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think
we were.
I think he's displaying shock at discovering that it is a permanent deal.
Yeah. So let me just get back to what I was getting to, which is Sterling is not the standout transfer for me. I gotta say, the one that I'm gonna remember, I think I'm gonna remember, is Rambo. Aaron Ramsdale going to Southampton.
Because he signed his contract in drag.
Fucking love that. Love that. I'm gonna miss that. I
wanted him so badly. I wanted him so badly at Wolves, and the difference maker was $4 million.
Pounds, even.
4 million pounds. 4 million. Is that a little? Matter. Is that a lot? I don't know.
I don't know.
Doesn't matter by that because you never paid it anyway.
We offered 20 and he went for 24. You couldn't have paid the 4 million more, but instead we get somebody from the Flintstones, Sam Johnstone, Rockstone.
So did you break even on the player?
That's the thing. We didn't. We bought him for more than we sold him for.
Yeah.
Well, I don't understand.
You guys lost 4 million on it, I think.
We added a shit ton of value to him. His value, it was stupid what we paid for him to begin with. But he quickly showed that he was worth that kind of money. It's hard to get more for a keeper than that, especially one that's not starting. However, he's still on the England squad. He's still like, it's
that right there.
That's
that right there. When that happened, I did think that, and it kind of slipped my mind because today has been so busy and so much has gone on today.
Yeah.
But Gundogan coming back to City is massive. I mentioned it last week when I did my top 4, and I said that was the difference maker. But now with Sterling coming to Arsenal, I don't know anymore.
Again, though, that is another transfer that no one saw coming. It was told a transfer of opportunity because something happened that no one could really account for. Like we didn't sit here all summer going, what if the sporting director lies to Gundogan and basically says, "Oh, you're in our plans," and then decides with like a week into the season you're not actually in our plans. Like none of us could know that was going to happen. Neither did Man City. But as soon as it did, they were like, "Oh, this is actually quite handy because we've just sold our actual second main striker."
And I will say this about City: while they had a very quiet summer, they brought in sales like $126 million or million pounds, million whatever, 126 million. They are flush if when winter comes around and they have a need. They are flush. So watch out for those guys.
Yeah, but they're
I've
not.
got some for you, Nick. I've got some for you. Don't you worry, brother.
I'm sure he does.
I've got some, especially of the kind that you described. I'm not going to say the word, but still, kind of got exactly what you're looking for, depending on who you support. If you support Arsenal, then it's probably not what you're looking for. Anyway, what? Sorry, just a bit. Just say the quiet part loud and loud part quiet. Anyway, what? Sorry. So what was you saying? What was you saying about Ilkay Gundogan, Tony? Sorry, what? Yeah.
I mean, he's a good player. I mean, at the end of the day, and that I would have taken him at West Ham without a doubt. And coming back to Man City, it was just a natural fit for them. It was quite ironic when you think about it. It's only because Xavi left Barca that the opportunity arose. And fair play to. And I think someone put on our show early on. We was doing the transfer show ourselves, and I think they were saying for what he's brought in player wise, which was in the tens of millions, they've sold like 152 million pounds worth of talent.
That's why I asked, Jez, because I don't know the fucking answers. Pardon my language. Why else would I ask a question if I already knew the answer?
Of asking the questions.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, I don't know what that's about.
Yeah, Scooby, good to see you, Scooby D2. And yes, I am sick again. And it's not the air conditioning this time. It's just, the last week before school starts and hanging around two dirty ass children all day long.
Probably my squeaky chair, Scooby. Pardon my language.
No. Love those kids, but and then who keeps rattling? That would be our new guest here who likes to talk to all of his fans on his channel, but also puts his microphone right by his fucking computer keyboard. So we have to hear. We're like, so we know if what I'm saying is boring because he's like, nope, typing away, boring, not listening to Lolo, ... Anyway,
look, the soft cushion keypad hasn't turned up yet. Okay, Lolo, I apologize now. That's what I'm saying.
All right. Well, we'll give you a couple minutes to do that, to talk to your fans, guys. We are gonna take a short break today. So, Mark, if you're gonna take one of your 30-minute P's, you better start now because this is only a 2-minute. This is only a 2-minute break.
Lolo, just remind him though. Turn the microphone off, please, Mark.
I will be turning the microphone off.
Or turn the camera on. Some people pay for that shit on your OnlyFans.
I think that's weird to think that we'd make more money doing that.
Mark's PCAM, just talking shit about Arsenal. It would be great.
Money?
Anyway,
what's
money.
that? what?
It's something that's for buying goods and services.
We will be back after this quick 2-minute potty break. And we will be back with Betting in the Dark with Mr. Tom, where you can get all the crazy ass betting advice that you definitely should not take. We will be doing that, and we will finish up all of our transfer window winners and losers. So for now, enjoy this 2-minute video that we have for you. We'll be right back.
Yo, Mark, I'll be right out. He can't hear me. The window's closed.
The window's closed. The window's closed.
Window is closed, who did we get? Nobody knows, I try to forget. Did we get that guy? Did we get the other? He spotted in London, a tweet from his mother would link with a guy out of our league, about to sign, just what we need. Old lady calls, Stu got no balls, our team is the laws, cue all the trolls.
You know you need somebody, anyone will do, but your club is run by children and they ain't got a clue. The window is closed. The travel window's closed. The window is closed. It's too
Every year it's the same, linked with the name, but it ain't true. Who gets the blame? Mad at your club, mad at the news, mad at the social, all about views. Got me to click, reading some shit, wasting my time, I do with this shit. I got no say, so what the hey? Turn my shit off to the end of the day.
You know you need somebody, anyone will do, but your club is run by children and they ain't got a clue. The window is closed. The travel window's closed. The window is closed. It's too
And I'm back. Sorry. Whoa. All right. I see I'm by myself now. There you go. What's up, Mark? All right. You got a chance to hear the song again. Oh, and we got Chris. All right. What's up, Liverpool?
So Birmingham, who are in League One, just spent £18 million on a striker.
We did that for 27 minutes ago.
Did you? Oh, that's fucking insane. All right. Anyhow, sorry.
Sorry, I didn't mean something rude there.
How are we doing, Chris? Anyway, you good?
Good, man. How are you guys doing?
BG Lolo.
Yeah, good, man. Good.
Mark.
You guys got Carlos Soler. I think that's a good pickup. I think it's a really good pickup.
Yeah, finally got over the line. 10 players, not bad at all. Not bad business.
Yeah, Mr. Yoshi.
All right. Nick Thornton is going to be one of your subscribers to your OnlyFans, Mark.
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Chris, I have
he
one
really will be
request.
the only fan.
I have one request for from your transfers, and that's if is it Chiesa? Is that how it's pronounced? Chiesa or Chiesa? Chiesa. As long as his wife shows up to Liverpool to watch the matches,
we will lose every game.
Oh my God, she's gorgeous.
She'll play number 6 for us apparently. So it was a package deal.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I see John is already looking up photos of her. So he's trying to figure out how to spell Chiesa. All right.
Chiesa.
Okay.
Didn't even,
all right, guys. Well,
see it there.
Well, welcome to the second half of the show. Glad to have you here, Chris, just in time for a special segment that we like to call Betting in the Dark with Mr. Tom.
Come on, boys.
Betting in the Dark with Mr. Tom.
Come on, love, place your bets.
Betting in the Dark with Mr. Tom is a betting segment where we give you the craziest bets that Mr. Tom can come up with that will turn $1 or £1 into a lot of money if it hits. Spoiler alert, they don't hit. So don't waste your money.
That I did.
Or waste your money. And it's worth $1 to maybe be.
You can always close out
It's always worth $1. It's always worth $1.27 if you have it to lose.
Yeah. But these are fun, so let's have a laugh. And Mr. Tom, take it away.
Roll up. And just for you, Scooby D2, it's the return of Finger the Duck. Yeah, see, Tony, this is Finger. He wants to say hello to you. Finger.
Hello, Finger.
Nice to meet you. Yeah, I've gone with. Sorry, if Director John would please put the graphic back on the screen, because John worked hard on making that graphic, so it should be showed. But we've gone with the Arsenal versus Brighton, and I'm going to surprise you all. Brighton to win. Danny Welbeck, former Arsenal player. Jorginho Rutter, with new player bounce, let's just say. Fuck it. I'm just going with all the ex-Leeds players to score, because it will either jinx them or it'll happen. So whatever. But you can turn one into more than one, a lot more than one, apparently. But
one-time Watford great Danny Welbeck.
Exactly. That individual that Chris just named. But yeah, I don't know what other way to justify this beyond
score against old teams, right?
Players score against old teams, of course. Danny Welbeck, he did it last week.
Yeah.
So if you'd have done Danny Welbeck to score the first goal last week, as I predicted, you would be sitting on some cash. Not that I'm saying you should actually do it, because, you know, I really don't want the gambling commission to come for me. They take it seriously in England, I tell you. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing, Tony. Gambling commission. You don't want to mess with them.
Mm-hmm. As I'm placing this bet, I just want to point out that the odds of Reece Nelson scoring for Arsenal is 210 to 1. I do not recommend putting any money on Reece Nelson to score.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even worth a cheeky 27-cent bet.
Sorry. I'm sorry for not being sorry.
I just don't.
You're not allowed to bet. You're not allowed to show us a bet where Arsenal loses, because LOLO runs the show.
No. I mean, you can say that. I just don't. I just don't see us not scoring.
Yeah.
Again, certainly against Brighton too.
But
we haven't. Just out of the fun of it, I think I'm going to take this bet.
Brighton's record at the Emirates is not that shoddy lately, though. I could be wrong. Like, it's probably going to turn out, and I've said that Arsenal beat them 4-0 there last year. But it feels like that's not true.
I'm going to go the way Brighton wins. 1-0 James Milner penalty.
Oh, is he their penalty?
Jesus.
I don't know, but he should be. He's not.
He should be, yeah. James Milner, the only guy who's played in 4 consecutive decades of Premier League football.
Make it 5.
If they weren't consecutive, I think we'd be a little worried.
The only guy that's been playing since before the Premier League was in existence.
He scored for Premier League goal for Leeds 22 years ago. For context of how old he is.
Christ.
I remember it. Leeds beat Chelsea on, I think it was December 27th, something like that. Might have even been the day after on my birthday, but still. Just makes me feel old looking at James Milner. So I need him to retire sooner rather than later.
Like, in my head, when I look at James Milner, I'm like, that guy could be like as old as my dad. And then I'm like, I'm definitely several years older than James Milner. That's like that's when it kicks in. I'm like, but he's a man, and I'm a boy. Like, that's how I feel like when I see James Milner.
Brighton ain't getting a penalty at the Emirates. Come on, now.
This is. Wait, are we playing at home?
Yeah, you guys are at home.
Yeah,
that's what you said.
Oh yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Oops, I have the logos.
Well, you have it right up top with the Arsenal.
Yeah. The Ohio State University.
It's fine. No one's got to hold it against you, John. Even if you'd have sent that to me, I'd have gone, yeah, John, it's fine.
I'm not worried.
No, nothing worries, John, in all seriousness. But I'm just this is the one I am most confident about, because I can't remember what I did to the other two.
All right, well, let's see them.
This is definitely why that was the one I was most confident on. But no, seriously,
wow.
I've gone Jared Bowen to score first in a 3-1 win, and Crescencio Somerville to score because he's a little prick. Fucking little traitorous bastard. Fucking letting people know what his release clause is. Go fuck yourself. Sorry. Did I just use?
Why wouldn't your release clause be public? Isn't it always public?
To my knowledge, I doubt Leeds United were going around going, hey guys, do you want some of this 25? Leeds made West Ham sign a non-disclosure agreement, despite the fact that everyone in their fucking nan knows it was 25 million.
I don't know, because like in Spain, I thought they were all public. I thought maybe whenever there was one, it was just public.
Yeah, but all the release clauses in Spain are ridiculously high to deter people from, which is what it should be, because you're not supposed to trigger these clauses in La Liga. Like we know, like, oh, if you want Messi, you're gonna have to pay 800 million. So at that point, you might as well just fucking make it up.
What did he go for? Somerville.
Well, Messi went for nothing.
No. What did Somerville go
20.
for?
25. 25
yeah.
add-ons.
The problem with the transfer, to my knowledge, was basically the clause was such that you could only trigger it if you paid it in one go. And West Ham were like, well, we don't really want to pay it in one go. We're like, well, you have to give us a little bit more then if you want to pay in installments. So I think they paid an extra £10 in installments or whatever it was. And then we signed a non-disclosure, or they did, because fucking pricks. Fucking pair of pricks. Why can't we fucking send him away as well? Just when he rolls around on the floor like Willie Nonto, I get fucking angry because I want to stomp on his face. Anyway, sorry, what? Sorry, is that too far? Sorry, just
you can't love him one moment and hate him the next.
I think he's okay when he scores. I won't
that is the football way.
Him when he scores. Like, I'm not going to be too disingenuous with it.
I mean, seriously, like, love him in one moment, hate him in another. I loved past tense Pedro Neto until he got the assist against us last week and celebrated on our turf, which is the thing you don't do. So fuck him.
That's what I got on you guys. Like, sort of away from the betting, just a quick question. Where do you all stand on celebrating when you score against an old club?
Your first time doing it, you don't. After that, it's fair game. Yeah. But your first time on that soil, no.
I think that's a good way to go about it.
You don't. You show respect because the words of, oh, I'll always be a wolf, and I have so many memories here at the Molyneux, da-da-da-da-da-da, and you come back and you do that. And not only that, but it was like this, like, overreactive, like he's like jumping, he's kicking his legs up in the air. It's like, how fucking dare you?
I'll tell you what Ben White
did. How do I really feel? That's how I really feel.
Ben White pulled his pants down and basically tried to urinate over Leeds United when he scored against us.
Yeah, he was only a loanee to you guys, though.
He won the he lifted he was there for the fucking lifting of the trophy, though, weren't he? He made sure he was part of the fucking party. Go fuck yourself, Ben White. But still, seriously.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you, Mark, on that. But I also think it depends on how you left the club. So if Raheem Sterling scores
by that motherfucker.
Chelsea, I know.
Motherfucker through injury after injury after injury after injury. You look at Declan Rice when he scored a goal against West Ham. No, he went like this. He said, "Get away from me."
I know.
Harry Kane playing for Byron against Tottenham this summer. Take the penalty kick, Harry. No, I will not take the penalty kick against my former club. That's class.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. Neto fucked up there. And I agree with the way, with what you're saying. Your first goal, no. After that, okay.
Your first game. Your first game. After that, that's your club. But your first game goal. Back. your first game back as an opposing player to your home,
against,
like where you
against
used to
your
be.
old club.
Yeah, I don't know
Don't
what it's
celebrate
like in other
fuck
countries.
all.
I'll take it one further. Don't even score against your old club in the first game.
I didn't think Neto would
Eddie
play.
I swear it's true. Eddie Nketiah did his best to not score against Leeds. Some would say that Eddie was just happened to be really shit when he was shooting, but when he once went round Messier and then tripped over the ball, but to the point where we were so bad at defending that he he had to kick the ball in. I know. I'm telling you surprising information, Chris. I doubt you've seen it because I doubt you watch the championship. But Melier did his best to give me a fucking heart attack last week because the ball came out to him and I'm sitting like, it's a simple catch. Just catch the ball. And he went, nope, I'm going to lean on the floor so I'm 2 feet off the ground and then just punch the ball. I'm like, what are you doing that for? Sorry. Just I'm all over the place here. Sorry. Just so many footballers I want to have a go at for no reason.
But I'll say, like Kai Havertz scoring against Chelsea and celebrating, I was all for that. I think that was at the Emirates, but to me, like they were shit to him. They were shit to him, and the fans hated him. And
it's ironic because your fans hate him too.
Our fans have been nothing but supportive of Kai Havertz, which is shocking.
Since about game 12 of last season.
No, right away we made up a song for him saying Kai Havertz scores again when he had never scored. It's crazy.
All right, Tom. What do we got? What do we got? I'm burning money here. I'm just setting it on fire.
The third one is it's the 4:30 game on Sunday.
I can't comment.
Nah, I can't help myself here because usually I tend to go. Yeah, I go where the money is, but I'm not picking Manchester United to win in any situation. So, me and my wooden duck dildo have gone Liverpool to win 5-1. 5-1. Salah to score first because I believe he's still your penalty taker. Is that correct, Chris?
That is correct.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay, so if you do get one, then the first goal is in. And Jota's going to come on and score. I mean, because it's just great professional.
Because that's what Jota does?
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not saying that as a dig at a former Wolves player. The fact is he's a great professional.
Jadon Sancho is definitely not scoring.
No, he won't be playing.
I know.
I don't think Chiesa was even on the
betting list. Did we dig on Chelsea at all earlier on or no?
Sorry, sir?
Did you guys have a go at Chelsea earlier on or no?
We kind of
a little bit, just kind of constantly going at them.
It's best to not devote a specific time to them. You just sort of pepper it in for 2 hours,
right?
Because you never know when Naji's going to hear it, so you just pepper it in at various points, and then you know he's going to catch at least one of them. I could be wrong, but I'm probably not. But still, anyway,
is the window closed or is it closed tomorrow?
It closed.
It's closed.
Closed already.
We announced that twice on our show today.
Well, I saw the video. I always thought it was on the 31st, but
to be more correct, officially the transfer window closed 2 hours 26 minutes ago, but the deal sheet shit that happens ended 26 minutes ago because you get 2 hours.
Oh, to get the paperwork in.
Yeah, for the deal sheet to apply, both clubs need to sign the document and the player that's involved in the transaction. And without those 3 things, you can't do any business in that 2 hour period after the
Armando Broja to Everton.
Yeah. Terrible.
Yeah.
Apparently, speaking of Chelsea, apparently the Jadon Sancho documents are still in limbo, as posted by Mr. Fabrizio.
Oh, that's incredible.
They said they expect the documents to be completed.
Oh, Carlos Forbes to Wolves.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about that. Is that a good signing?
It's always good to get a young. It's always good to get a young guy from Ajax. And,
yeah, because he's like what, 19, 20?
I will say this. Sorry, I want to put this out because I got it wrong earlier. I said Stansfield deal was 12 million. It, according to Sam on Twitter, which counts for nothing in all truth because I don't know Sam on Twitter. It's guaranteed 15 million plus 5 million add-ons, 20% sell-on clause, and the best part, a 100,000 bonus if they're promoted. I'm pretty sure Fulham are laughing at Birmingham at this point, thinking we could probably just let them have the 100k at this point because you're potentially giving me £20 million for a player in League One.
All right, I missed a bunch of deals. And
Nick, sadly, I don't know what you mean.
Nketiah at a Palace.
Reece Nelson to Fulham.
Raheem Sterling to Arsenal?
Yeah. Chris, where the fuck have you been?
Where have you been?
I just thought that was
in the title of the show.
That's
Raheem Sterling for free. And from what I'm reading, Chelsea are paying the remainder of his wage. Chelsea will be paying more than Arsenal will. From what I'm reading,
$150 a week. That's what you guys will pay. Is $150 a week. Chelsea covers.
And they'll be paying.
If Arsenal walked in that room, right, and I know people have different opinions on the management of Arsenal, but if Edu walked in that room and went, "We'll give you the entire 300,000 a week," he should be fired on the spot.
Absolutely.
But he hasn't, so he shouldn't. And again, I know people are going to attack me. How dare you say he shouldn't be fired? I'm just saying he shouldn't be fired on the spot. But still.
No, this is where, like, all the people who are, like, talking about Haaland, what great business they did, how cheap they got him for, when you're like, yeah, it's cheap, but you're paying him week by week a fortune. This trade or this deal needs to be applauded of, like, look, you saw a weakness and you went after it. We paid $0 for him, £0 for him, and we're paying less than half of what he was making at his former club, and his former club still has to pay him. Like, this, it's a brilliant move from a club that's in the shit right now. So yeah, take advantage of it.
I guess he's like, I guess he backs up both wings.
Yeah, he backs up both wings, and he adds, his he's more of a senior player. He's won a bunch of shit.
Let's do the last bet.
Oh, there's another.
I've got one more, which I'm probably going to add on a more regular basis, where the three combined, not correct score, just to win, 102-1.
I feel like that should be more money.
Yeah, it should be.
Well, it's because Liverpool are hot favourites against Man United.
Yeah, but West Ham to beat City, Brighton to beat Arsenal, like, come on.
West Ham are a lower betting odd than Brighton.
That's true.
Really?
Which is why it only pays that.
Well, you've got these three bets that have the two title contenders in it and Liverpool.
Wait, what is it? I wonder what betting on just the favorite to win. Is that like a 8-1?
Oh God, not
yeah,
even.
It's not even worth computing because it's basically going to be. You know what, Chris? I'll do it right now for your sake.
I can do it too.
Because I like
so
you a
if we
lot.
take Arsenal and we take City, who West Ham is playing, and Liverpool plays Man United. Who's the favorite there, or is that a draw?
Liverpool.
Liverpool. I mean, it is Man United at home.
Arsenal.
It is Man United.
And so I wrote that wrong. Man United. But still.
If we take Liverpool, it is $1 gets you $2.28.
Oh wow!
So you will technically double your money.
In England, that's £1 will get you £3.20. So it's the actual
you'll
odds
double
are
your money
2-1. So
No, hey, what the hell?
still.
I'll double my money and hopefully get all my betting money back. I've actually I've been doing fairly well in the Premier League. My first week, I missed everything by 1, and then last week I got everything. It's all kind of adding up and evening out.
Ladbrokes.
Even Steven is what it would be.
But what I will say is Mark's going to feel real foolish when West Ham actually do beat Man City. And I'll be like, haha, you could have won £7,000.
Oh, no. I have that bet. I have all the,
well, then you won't feel
bets.
foolish.
I have all the bets.
That happens.
He'll be back to being Mark's last play again.
I'll be wearing the crown and break out the cigar and the Lady Gaga sunglasses. And I'll put on my best. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't a bad shout from Nick here. I like doing a both teams to score accumulator on every Premier League game. A good few accumulators doing that.
The problem with that, the genuine problem with that is Everton are in the Premier League for a start, so that's already endangers your ACCA because. You know, I mean, in all seriousness, there's always going to be one team that doesn't score.
Yep.
That bet doesn't exist because the bet exists because they know loads of people are going to do it. Loads of people are just going to go,
so do a round robin.
No, but
do a round robin.
Hang on, explain. What do you mean?
So we have the option. I don't know if you guys have it there, but like if I pick, you know, there's what 10 matches a week. So if I pick all 10, both teams to score, I can bet that as one bet, or I can do a round robin, and I can choose like 9 out of 10, 8 out of 10, 7 out of 10. So it places each individual bet. So it'll be less odds, but I only need 8 of those to hit, and it's any 8 if I choose 8. You know what I mean? So you'll end up betting more. So even if I'm only betting $1, that'll end up being
in 10 games. Do you know how many combinations there are? If you do every combination possible, 100, 1,023.
That's why your actual bet on a round robin is like 20 cents or something per bet.
Right.
But I've hit on
you
those
get
where
to the cleaners.
Yeah. Because if you do your 10 and then the last game of the weekend just is a 0-0 draw, you're like, fuck, you lose everything. As opposed to, you paid more money up front on your bet. Your bet isn't $1. Your bet is actually like $8 or something. But you're gonna get some of that $8 back because 8 teams should. I don't know. I'm starting to get very
I think we need a new segment.
I'm getting sicker as we get, but
according to this comment, he made 4K profit. So sorry, Tom, you're out. We're having betting in the dark with Nick Thornton.
That was my first thought was, can I be subbed out and just copy his bets and then make $4,000 a year?
No, sorry, man. You are stuck with us.
All right. I'll be back
he
next
week.
He
didn't say if he placed the bets or if he was the bookie.
Yeah. I don't know.
Figure
This
the duck
season,
and Cyril.
He took the bets I suggested. That's how he made $4,000.
I mean, last week, 5 matches had both teams score and 5 matches didn't. The week before, 6 matches didn't have both teams to score. So it's not looking good at the beginning of the season for all matches, both teams to score.
I'll tell you all my greatest
losses. I bet on
each
match having at least 5 minutes of extra time.
Oh, jeez.
Now, had you done every single match over 1.5 goals, you still would have lost, but you would have been closer.
So many. I once did a really shitty bet where I'd take the football. This was in days when there were football coupons list of the teams. I'd pick 10. I'd just do all manner of random things like I'd do like home win. I'd pick some of the matches to be a draw. I did for very small money, like 10p a pick, and then I did an accumulator. So it ended up costing me about £1.10, and I got 9 out of 10. I would have won £1,000.
Yep.
And what let me down? I remember this happened over 10 years ago. Newport County drew 2-2 in a game. I had Newport County to win. Cost me £1,000. I was furious, and
Fucking hate
I shouldn't
Newport
be
County.
because they didn't know. Not their, they don't care. It's not their fault. It's literally their fault. But
those Welsh fuckers.
I'll never forgive them.
Welsh fuckers.
I was like, that's why I told Ryan Reynolds to invest in Wrexham and not Newport County.
Well, all right. Very good. All right. That was Betting in the Dark with Mr. Tom. I hope you all enjoyed that, and I hope you all make a ton of money betting on those horrible bets. And if you don't make any money, we don't want to hear about it. So good.
Yeah, we definitely don't want to hear about it.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Do not do anything don't do anything that I suggested, in all seriousness, because this segment really just exists to kill time on a Friday night.
So let's get to this weekend, because in less than 12 hours Arsenal kick off against Brighton. But I actually want to talk about that very interesting match, and to get our newest guest here involved.
I would like to interject. We have covered the transfer window, but we have not talked about the losers of the transfer window.
Let's talk about Everton.
Sorry, Chris.
Loser of everything, especially life. Sorry, what?
I don't know if you can see that before it clears out, but that just shows you Nick's proof of actually making that profit.
Oh, let's see. Sorry, John. You do it, John.
See if I'm getting close before tonight. It keeps disappearing.
It keeps disappearing. You're just making us look at West Ham.
In blue, no.
That's it. I think the screen disappeared at that point. That's what it was. Yeah. But yeah, so basically, profit and loss £3,865.74. Total stakes £180. Total returns £4,054.75.
Wow. All right. Well, we can't get you on the show here because you would actually encourage people to bet. Tom's segment discourages gambling, and we actually get a bunch of sponsors that way from discouraging people to gamble. They don't pay us anything. They just take our money. I don't think it works well for us. Anyway, Mark, please take it away. Let's hear
the right Twitter, Nick. Because
let's hear your losers. Pardon me, guys. I need to go blow my nose, flush whatever this is out. I'm listening, but I'm stepping away.
Look. I mean, we can look at a lot of teams and a lot of players who may have lost out in the transfer window. For me, the biggest loser is my biggest loser from last year, and that's Chelsea. Chelsea chased that kid from Napoli, Osimhen, for 4 months, 5 months, and still couldn't put it together. And at the very last minute, it fell apart.
They turned a nice profit on Lukaku, though, right? -7.
No, they didn't.
No.
Well, what? No, okay, maybe that's true, because they did get Lukaku for free, right?
No, they paid 90.
I paid like 80 million.
Oh, Jesus Christ! They lost their shirts, as Chelsea is want to do. So you didn't get Osimhen. You courted him. You took him out on dates. You picked him up at the and opened the door for him, and you did all the things. You couldn't seal the deal, but you also took a very, very good striker in Raheem Sterling and sent him to your competitor. If you had any hope in winning the league, Chelsea threw that all away by essentially giving Raheem Sterling to Arsenal. And that makes makes Chelsea the biggest loser in the transfer window.
Yeah, but they are winners really because they give employment to Eddie Beach.
They loaned
Actually,
out.
They loaned him out.
Yeah,
Eddie
but
Beach got sent to like Hull or something.
But
Crawley
Crawley
Town.
can't.
Oh,
afford
Crawley
to pay his
Town.
wages.
Nobody even knows where Crawley Town is here in the States.
Oh no, I know all too well.
It's got to be on the water.
Well. Crawley beat Leeds in the FA Cup under Bielsa.
Oh.
They brought a reality TV star on for the last 5 minutes, where the last 2 minutes where he had we completed one pass successfully.
It's not bad. One pass.
Oh, he had a great day. He got a whole documentary about it, about his big day out. Because he used to be a footballer, and then he went around nightclubs being a prat.
Right.
And
Chris,
I know Tony knows what I'm talking about. I know Tony knows
Chris,
exactly what I'm talking about.
Who's your transfer window loser?
In all seriousness, I mean, to be fair to you, Mark, it's kind of hard to ask about go past Chelsea, isn't it? Because they're Chelsea,
right?
And various decisions they've made.
Who did Newcastle end up bringing in?
How many other footballers?
No
not
one,
many.
basically.
How many other? They put all their eggs in the Mark Gahey basket, and then Crystal Palace sold the defender, and the other one got injured, so they refused to sell him. Gahey, I mean.
I don't know. Newcastle is a little bit disappointing window
because they put in 4 bids for Gahey. Yeah, so that's Oslo. That's the only one. They put in a bid for Gahey, 4 bids. And Palace rejected all of them and basically said he's not moving.
Well, and then he's not on here, but they sold that fucking kid who looks like a stud on Brighton.
Got it.
Minta?
Yeah, they got Minta.
They made good money on him, but I don't know. They to me did nothing.
Oh, they sold Minta for 35.
Yeah, but they did nothing to.
I'll be really generous to Newcastle. To be really generous to them, you can say that having Tonali back is like a new signing.
Is he back?
Because
he is back.
He's back. He's back from his ban for basically following the betting in the dark segment a bit too closely last year while we're in Italy.
I would love it if he got suspended because he put bets on.
I mean,
I blame Mr. Tom.
Liverpool's disappointing because we had one target we really wanted. We couldn't bring him in, but I'm glad we didn't chase someone we didn't want in that position. I think there's enough. I mean, there's not a great number 6 on the team, but there's enough people to fill the void. I don't think you should rush after people you don't want. And I do think Chiesa is. To me, is basically a free transfer. Like at £12 million, like
right.
If it doesn't, if he gets injured, it doesn't work. It's not that big of a deal.
No.
Like, and then I think, I'm
I think for me,
disappointed, but I don't think it was the worst transfer window.
Well, every player you try to go for, they just turned you down all the time. That's the problem.
It doesn't make sense that Liverpool does anything because Slot doesn't know what he has.
Yeah,
I mean he knows what he has, but he doesn't know like what his system, how it's going to work. So you sit tight, and then come the winter transfer, that's when you go, all right. I know I need this. I know I need that.
I also appreciate this is kind of like what Spurs were like last year when they sold Kane and didn't bring too much in, I don't think. Postecoglou was like, dude, we have a lot of talent, and some of it is underperformed or has not played. Like, if I can't figure out how to reincorporate players that we've spent a lot of money on over the last 3 years, like, let's see what we like.
Right.
I think it's an easy out for managers to say, well, none of these guys are my players. Like, You're at a big club.
You're paid
You're at a
to
big
make
club.
them
You have
work.
talented players on big wages that you paid a lot for.
Yep.
Like, give it another go.
Right.
Yep. I agree. But I love your team's transfer business for a reason that might not surprise anyone that remotely knows me, is because basically you got a player for £12 million, while Man United watched you buy that player for £12 million, knowing that they spent 90 plus million pounds on Ten Hag's boy, Anthony. And they had to watch you pay nearly 8 times less. Don't do the maths.
For the players twice as good.
Basically. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, Man United must be watching this. Just the owners must just be staring absolute daggers through Ten Hag. Be like, are you seeing this? Are you Liverpool fucking making us looking like fools? It's like, it ain't just Liverpool doing it, mate. You're doing it to yourself. But still, just
you do it to yourself. You do.
Although I think those two. I think United has a good. They got Ugarte at the end of the window.
It got Ugarte as well.
did.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
I think it's a pretty good window for them. I thought Rashford was gone for sure.
He's also missing the young lad as well that's broke his foot. They also missed him as well. He's missed him off the list. What's his name again now? Jesus, can't remember.
Are you criticizing my list?
Yeah, I can't believe it's not live.
I'm only going by what this one said. Whoever it was, yeah.
Chris, were you concerned at all when all of a sudden there were links with Darwin Nunez going
last week,
going away?
Well, the rumor was he was going to go to Arsenal.
It fits me quite well, Mr. Tom.
Yeah. Thank you, Tony.
Thank you. Because looking at it in Slot, he's not going to feature as much for Slot. I mean, he's getting a lot out of Diogo Jota, and he's getting a lot out of Luis Diaz. So, does Darwin Nunez fit with your team anymore? That's the big question.
I still think so. I think.
I know you love him as like a shit
right now,
starter.
you can't take Jota out, right? He's playing incredible. But we're going to have injuries in the squad, you know. He's had a good international summer. Like,
yeah, he beat the shit out of some fans. It was great. and then he threw the chair into the stands
to like his family, sure.
He threw the chair into the stands and he missed.
Wasn't it proven that basically they all lied and basically were like, they were going to attack my family? It was like, what, your family that are like the other end of the stadium?
He's been charged for it though, isn't he? He's been charged.
He's been banned for it. He's banned. I think he's banned for 5 games.
Wow.
Could be wrong there, but they did hand out a sentence yesterday because I saw the clickbait article which I never read.
Whereas, like, was it Morata and who's the other geezer? Was it Jesus Christ? Got him here. I think it's Rodri shouting out, free Gibraltar. When they was lifting the Euro.
Yeah, which is foolish because even if we did, you couldn't afford to keep it anyway.
It's basically a UK citizenship there, and of course it's on a Spanish area, and they class it and say it's a case of like
but at the same
Gibraltar.
time. On the other side of the Straits of Hercules, Spain still have a city on the other pillar of Hercules there. They have a little tiny city, and it's Morocco, Spanish territory.
Mm-hmm.
What's it called?
I know what it is, too.
Almaca or something like that. Some tiny city. So I'm like, yeah, you've got your own shit going on there. Relax. Give up that
I
little.
think it's an ego thing because it's like, it's ours. Like it's rightfully ours. It's like, but they don't want to be Spanish.
Quetta?
They all speak English.
Quetta, yeah. Yeah, if you look at the map, it's a Spanish territory in Africa. And you know what? Then Africa should be like, you know what? Give us the Canaries.
Is that in between? Is that in between Morocco? Something like that.
It's adjacent to Morocco. It's close to Tangier.
Yeah, but it's on. It's that little part that sticks out.
It's on the nipple of Morocco.
Yeah,
exactly. On the Stoop with geography.
Yeah.
Hey, any day of the week.
I know I looked it up. I just
all these people coming here for good old football chat or like a debrief of the transfer window, and now finding out where the fuck Gibraltar is.
Yeah.
who is the
That's,
best
you know,
professional footballer from Gibraltar ever? Anyone know?
Troy Bonaparte tries it. Austria paid a foul.
I can Google it.
I'm sure we all can Google it. but I have no fucking idea.
No, because I play in Gibraltar on Football Manager, so all the answers that are in my head are all fictional
I'm
people.
pretty sure whoever it was, they were offered either English or Spanish citizenship, or I guess they could they play for England if you're. How does it work?
I don't think so.
No, because now Gibraltar.
I think they would be with Spain.
FIFA membership.
I mean, at that, why don't they say free Portugal? Like, what? How does Portugal exist in like it's Spain's country? There, it's a whole peninsula, and then Portugal's like, we're just gonna carve out this rectangle here and speak a completely different language, and tell you all to fuck off. And we get Ronaldo, and the Wolves.
Isn't that just the Brazilian settlers are like, nope, we're gonna go over here.
But yeah, because Brazil settled Portugal. What are we looking at here? All right, guys, let's get your picks for this weekend's matches. Let's start with the first one up, Arsenal versus Brighton at home, 7:30 a.m. for us over here on the East Coast. I don't know what time that is for you guys. 12:30 for you guys, I'm assuming. It is
indeed 12:30. Yeah.
Arsenal, Brighton, what do we think, guys? I'm going Arsenal 2-0. Thank you very much. Dunzo Babunzo, Kai Havertz on the score sheet, and Ben White on the score sheet, just because Tom hates him.
And it's his old club.
And it will help my my fantasy team.
It's the Ben White derby.
And the Trossard derby here. This is the big debate. Should Trossard start after his game winner?
Nah.
Yes.
And he's playing Brighton. No. Yes. Trossard is a 60-minute man for me.
No.
I'll tell you why I say no. Is because whenever he comes on and then scores, you get the same old shit. Should he start the next game? And then he does, and then he doesn't fucking score. So then he ends up back on the bench, where like the cycle repeats itself, where then he comes on, scores, and then you'll fucking argue in the comment sections going, oh, I think he needs to start because he's the only one scoring for us, even though that's not true. But then again, he starts, doesn't score.
Tom,
I consistent starts, maybe it would be different. Like I think he's better than Ellie.
But I completely agree with you, Tom, there. And I was explaining it to Mark last week when he had the same. He was saying that Trossard starts. And I said, look, Trossard sits on the bench and he watches as if he is playing. And he identifies the holes and the spaces and he identifies everything while sitting there. So when he comes on, the reason he's so impactful so quick is because he's been going, that space right there is where I can go. When he starts, you're in the thick of it. You're in the middle of it. And those lanes haven't been exposed yet.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not as good starting the match. And to me, I would leave him as a 60-minute, 70th minute, bring him on, let him score, let him get a bunch of goals that way. That is fine with me. And let Martinelli find his legs before Sterling takes his place.
To be fair, I can understand why people say if you come on and score, you might be earned your place in the starting lineup. I can understand why people say it, but I think it's happened with him so many times that it's actually become obvious that he's more super sub than a starter.
You are spot on, Tom.
Bring him on earlier.
Yeah,
that may be the case. Yeah.
Like,
all right, so what's everybody's bet here?
To do with Benzema and Higuain.
I'm still picking Brighton to win.
Okay.
Why break your tradition?
I don't see Arsenal losing at home. And with a lot of the changes that Brighton has gone through in the last in this summer window. They're not the team that they used to be, and they're not spending their money wisely. This is 3-0 Arsenal.
Wow. All right.
3-1 Arsenal.
Tony.
I'm going for a Desmond on this one.
I could see that.
Pure and simple, because at the end of the day, Brighton's new manager, he's got them ticking. So I like what he's doing at the moment with Brighton.
I like most of what he's doing. I didn't like the triggering Leeds players' contracts thing that he was doing, but again, I can kind of understand why you would like that, Tony, because your team were like, "Oh, I'll have a bit of that myself."
I have no idea what you're on about.
I'm sure you don't.
Let's go to that West Ham Man City game because Tony has to bolt out of here.
Yeah, West Ham Man City. Let's hear it, Tony. Let's get your thoughts.
In the London Stadium, I'm hoping that we can put up a good fight. And the heart says 2-1, but in reality, City are the machine that's just not stopping at the moment. They're in full control, steaming ahead. So I can see it being 3-1 to City.
Yeah.
I may have been a bit hasty in my betting in the dark. I actually, upon having discussion with you all, you fine gentlemen, and listening to the words of Tony, I'm actually going to say that West Ham are going to win. They're not going to win 3-1. They're going to win 4-1.
Wow. Jesus fucking Christ.
You've convinced me, Tony. You've convinced me. It's going to be a massacre in the East End on Saturday lunchtime or Saturday evening.
4 for Antonio.
Yeah.
Wow. He scored 4 before.
He has. Don't ask me to say against who, though, 'cause I can't remember. I just know it happened. I'm sorry. Sorry, God.
God, I think it's on the tip of my tongue. I remember watching the game, but yeah.
I remember it happening because I remember I shot.
Felt like you should have had 6 or 7, but
I remember watching it thinking, didn't you used to be a right back?
Yes, well, he came to us on the mid in right wing, and he's virtually kind of. I think he's actually gone in goal for us as well. Thinking about it, so yeah, he's done everything but
jack of all trades.
Yeah, virtually master of none as always, though.
Yeah, usually as players get older, they usually go further back on the pitch, whereas he did the opposite. He was like, "Oh, I'm 35 now. I better go up front."
Yeah, welcome to Moyes' style of football. Welcome to it.
I don't know, man. He's one of the most likable players on an opposing team over the last 10 years.
Yeah, he really is. My favourite thing was when he drove his car through someone's house at Christmas. Real likable.
Was it Crescencio Somerville's house? Then who cares?
I mean, to be fair, if I'd have finished that sentence with, do you remember when he drove his car into Wilfried Gnonto? I'd have been like, no, but he's now my favourite player. Sorry, what? That's getting a bit. We're getting a bit criminal up in here. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, Lola.
Well, you're fine. I don't care. Let's see. I'm gonna go with Man City 2-1. I just don't see them losing ever. They're bastards. Aguna Matata is having a good old time tonight. Apologies for all of his caps lock because he's screaming at us. Sorry, me going count, see no more. Love you all. Ha 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 ha. We love you too, Aguna Matata.
I love that name. It's a great movie. That Aladdin's a great movie.
It is, yeah.
Jesus.
It's Lion King.
Gents, I'm going to be bouncing. I will leave the channel keep going, in the background, but I will be kind of going myself in that. As always, thank you very much for inviting me on. Love the show as always.
Yeah, great to have you, Tony. Thank you so much. And thank you to everybody.
Thanks, Tony, for joining us, man. It's been really awesome having you.
No worries at all. And that's it. I'm just going to bounce out, but I'll leave the stream going so the guys in the chat from my lot can still make comments with you guys anyway. So until next time.
All right. Well, thank you so much, man.
You're welcome. Take care now.
All right, let's get to these other big matches of the weekend. Newcastle Spurs. How does everybody feel about that one?
You know, I got to say, I'm no longer a believer in Newcastle. You know, I think that like a lot of their players are, you know, especially on the defensive side, are getting a bit long in the tooth. And I really like, you know, I know they brought in Solanke to be the striker to play the middle, but I really like Son in the middle. And he played in the middle last week, and he scored a pretty handy goal. So I'm going to take this. I'm taking Spurs in this one 3-1.
3-1.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Instead of a Desmond Tutu, I'm going to go with a Desmond Howard 2-1 Newcastle. Isak double.
Wow.
I get the feeling that Tonali is gonna like be back with vengeance, even if he's not playing. Like the spirit of him.
I so agree with that. I actually will watch this match to just see his revenge.
Playing to play football.
Absolutely.
All he's been able to do for the last 10 months is bet on it.
I'll tell you what,
part of the problem.
I can't wait for Palace to beat Chelsea because that's going to happen.
Palace beating Chelsea? I
can't wait to watch none of these games in all truth, but
not at the Bridge. I don't see it happening.
Tom, let me ask you, looking at that table there, how do you feel about an all away teams win parlay?
No.
I can see why you suggest it.
I think besides Arsenal, and I'm not sure about Southampton, Brentford, but other than that, I would take from Bournemouth down all away teams.
Palace doesn't beat Chelsea. There's no way.
No, that's what I was going to say. I was going to say the one that will kill
Liverpool's going to beat United.
Palace, yeah.
Yeah, Liverpool beats United. Spurs beat Newcastle.
So that's a way.
City beat West Ham. Fulham beat Nottingham. Villa
in all
beat
seriousness,
Leicester. Fulham beat it.
Nottingham Forest is pretty tough at home.
Go Bournemouth down to Man City, and I don't know what that end up paying. You know what? I can actually do it right now. To be fair,
throw in Southampton.
Southampton ain't.
Yeah, why not? Why not throw in?
You got Maxwell Cornet. He's gonna put
and Aaron
Maxwell Cornet has played no football.
Neither of them will play. Neither of them.
Aaron
will
Ramsdale
play.
could start.
You know what?
Goal.
You know what? To humour Chris, I'm going to include them. So we go Southampton. We go
and then
Bournemouth,
include Brighton
Fulham,
after that.
Villa. You want me to include Brighton as well?
Yes.
All right. Well,
no,
I'll do that after.
Yet,
right?
Not yet.
So we go Wolves.
To be honest, Lolo, I mean, you talk about like the away team, like all the away teams winning. I think the home teams have a better chance of running that table.
No
way. Those six teams pay for £1. You'd get 213.
Just for those six.
Just for those six. So, Chris, you want me to add Brighton, which
do
basically
all the aways.
17,000, basically 1,700 at this point. You want me to add all the aways? You're looking at 38,000.
Yo,
all the aways.
I'm just saying that's one that I would do actually when we're done here and I have service on my phone.
Now parlay that with all the homes.
No, I'll do all the away wins, but I'll do a round robin and do like 7.
Here's this. What if I could do all the aways, either a win or a draw?
You could do that as well, and that'll probably only be like 50 to 1.
A very good way to hedge your bet.
Yeah, well worth a quid.
I'm just doing it with the home sides. All the home sides to win would net you 18,000
for all of them.
Yeah, all 10, 18,000. But there will be a draw in this, which will fuck up every variation
Yeah,
of this.
that's
so-
why you need to do the round
Actually,
robin.
that would be a great bet. No draws in a week.
No draw.
You don't have to pick a winner or a loser. Just no draws.
That would just
Actually, I might
you-
experiment with the winner draw home team away team and just see what happens. See how close you get.
Mark, if you just went from Southampton to Man City, like ignore Brighton Arsenal and ignore the Sunday games, because the Sunday games are kind of toss-ups as well. Chelsea really should win.
Yeah.
But Spurs Newcastle is a
tend to
toss-up,
bet
and Liverpool Man United honestly is a toss-up.
Yeah. I tend to bet in the brackets. So like Arsenal Brighton, that's one bet.
Yeah.
Brentford,
the 10 o'clock games.
Everton, and the 10 o'clock games, that's one bet. And I'll parlay that all together, and probably with goal scorers. West Ham City, that'll be a single bet. And then Chelsea Newcastle, those will be a parlay bet. Because that's where I've had the most success. So
I'm nearly halfway through, but if you can, I'm doing what you initially requested for I forget what you call it, all the away teams, but draw or win.
Wow. That should at least get you like $100.
It won't, because currently I'm halfway through, and you'd get £12.
Well, you got to pick some of these sure things, though. Like, I don't know if you're iffy on all of them. Like Brighton, take win or a draw. Southampton, win or a draw. Bournemouth, win or a draw. Fulham, win. Villa, win. Wolves, win or a draw. City, win.
Thanks, Joshua J. Really appreciate your support.
Ipswich could beat Fulham. They're at home.
I don't.
Right, so as far as Wolves, do apologise for
Villa, Leicester, a derby.
Yeah.
So they're close enough to each other.
It's I believe it's a Midlands derby.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, for example, in terms for Man City to win or draw is 1-16. You'd have to put on £16 to win £1. Hence why the double chances are not the best thing to pick sometimes with like a Man City or whatever. But with Palace, you would put on a 10, you win 13. So
is Nottingham considered?
Yeah.
The North or Midland, or is it Midland?
No, they're in the Midlands.
No, they're not considered the North.
So there's kind of two Midlands derbies here.
Oh, there's a few of them.
No, I'm just saying this week.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right, yeah.
Guess what? West Brom's there, Birmingham.
I mean, including lower down teams, you'd think like Mansfield would be considered that is practically in Nottingham. Yeah, the only reason Mansfield and Nottingham are famous in England really is because they're one of the few towns in England that has more women than men.
Oh
wow!
Well,
guys,
counties in Nottingham.
Guys, I'm sure we could keep coming up with odds like this as long as we stayed on here. But Arsenal do kick off in a few hours, so I am going to need a little bit of sleep.
I've done it. I've finished. All 10 away teams, win or draw, £104.
It's not bad.
There you go.
I actually I might lay that bet tomorrow.
Can you get that on FanDuel?
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your outro.
It's all right. But I'm about done for the day. I'm getting sicker and sicker the more I drink, which is weird. It shouldn't happen that way. But guys, it's been a lot of fun talking to you all night through this transfer window. You had to listen to my song twice. I hope it sticks in your head. But Mark, Chris, Tom, and Tony, thank you guys very much for joining us tonight. And anything else that we have to say? Nothing?
Fuck Manchester United. Good night.
Yeah, there you go. And I hope all your teams lose except for Arsenal.
Does anybody want to stay on after the show?
Oh, yeah.
I got it.
We'll be on for yeah, we won't be on
I gotta
long afterwards, but
I'm sure me and Tom will be on
yeah,
for a couple of minutes.
I'll
right.
sit in here for a couple.
Thank
of minutes.
thank
so
you
that
guys.
would be the Rangers moment.
You bastard, Nick. All right. Thank you all for joining us on our stream or on Early Doors stream. Don't forget, if you were on our stream, head over to Early Doors, click that link, and
If you're on Early Doors
subscribe to
stream,
their
come
channel.
to our link.
And then come over here, subscribe to our channel as well. Much love to you guys. Here's to a big weekend of football. Peace out, y'all.
Fucker!